Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano, and today's a little bit different of a video. I want to introduce you guys to the crew that's going to be traveling on the Galactic Starcruiser. Not everybody, and some that you've seen before, but we've got a new face here today. Specifically, I've got Adam from Thank the Maker podcast. Welcome, Adam. First time being on the show. Appreciate you having you here today. So let me know a little bit about Thank the Maker, if you can. Just kind of let my people know what you're all about.
Thank the Maker is a Star Wars podcast that speaks generally about Star Wars, mostly, almost entirely on-screen Star Wars. So we don't, and by on-screen I mean the shows, films, and so on. Not so much gaming and whatever, but we're kind of a generalized Star Wars podcast. The thing that brought the three of us together, three hosts, is that we're all in bands that have toured together over the years, kind of like Warped Tour, sort of emo pop punk, that kind of Venn diagram of genres. I'm from a band called Story of the Year. Ryan Key, one of the co-hosts, is the lead singer of Yellow Card. He likes to say formerly of Yellow Card because they broke up. He's still in damn Yellow Card as far as I'm concerned. And then Nick Gambarian, he's the bass player of a band called Bayside. And we don't lean on that a ton, but it's definitely part of our perspective on Star Wars and how we present it and how we talk about films. So that's sort of the glue with us. We're just over 2 years in. We're on, I want to say, our 103rd episode.
Wow.
And more than anything, the kind of the thesis statement of our podcast is that we love Star Wars and we love talking about the things that we love. Full stop. No, it's not the place to go if you want to hear something hated on. If you want your toxic hater opinions validated, we're not the place.
So we're going to be a good fit. We're going to be a good fit together. That's kind of my vibe on this channel too. So glad to have you here. Now, also joining us tonight is going to be Sara and Steven. Sara, welcome back. Welcome back.
Hello.
And you guys have a podcast too that is also part of the Thank the Maker network now, right?
It is. So we are Princess and Scoundrel. We leave that up to you to decide who is the princess and who is the scoundrel of this mix. But we are part of the Thank the Maker network. We cover Star Wars and Disney parks specifically. So any of the Disney parks, Galaxy's Edge, Starcruiser. So it's kind of like the perfect mix for us, what we're about to embark on next week.
Yeah. All right. So Sara, you and I have been following all of the details on this since at least August. I mean, I've been following it since they announced it and been really hyped. I think you have too, but that's kind of what brought us together is I found you through the reels you were posting about Galactic Starcruiser. I was like, cool, you're a travel agent who is into this stuff. You seem like you're really into it. Perfect. I need to talk to some people that are into it as well. And we kind of joined up and we've been making videos since around then, just covering all the details and info that's come out. And what I don't know is about Adam. What has your journey been on this? We know we got the first official teases at it late August with some promo clip video, and then we got prices in September, and we booked in October. But I'm curious to see how closely are you following it, and where have you been with this whole project?
I'm following it just as closely as I need to show up for my reserved time on this trip. But that's it, because I'm so incredibly, maybe irrationally spoiler averse in especially Star Wars and any pop culture. So that said, as soon as it was announced that something like this was happening, Ryan and Nick and I were like, we're going. It's happening. First week, if possible, we're there. Opening day, we're there. And we got pretty close. Mike Forster being from Armor Party, being somebody who's really, although he's also an ADHD brain, he's very organized, and he's just on top of stuff. He's always on me about, what are we doing next week? What are we doing this? And
wait, are you also an ADHD brain? Were you referring to yourself, or did I say something about me earlier? Because yes, sir.
I mean,
yes,
if you can't tell.
Okay, no, we are going to get along great. This is.
I'm a mess.
Same.
I'm a mess. But I also get super hyper focused on things, and that's part of the whole thing, and it works.
Yep.
But Mike, being the kind of dude he is, he got the ball rolling with finding the days that tickets were going on sale, or the different kind of rollouts of the reservations with Sarah, which Sarah can speak to quite a bit. And through a friend named Meredith found Sarah, or vice versa. I don't remember how the whole thing lined up, but we met Sarah through the booking process, and here we are.
Yeah, so yeah, Mike hit me up and said, hey, we've got a group, and we're about to book. And I was like, hey, I know a travel agent who can book. And at the same day, Meredith had seen you in the Carly Wiesel's group or something like that.
Yeah, and Carly
and it was like, oh, I've seen her in her group, and I was like, cool, that's the person I'm suggesting we use. And that's how this all kind of came together. So yeah, Mike hit me up, and I was like, cool, I got a travel agent to recommend, and here we are now. So that's awesome. Now, if you're staying away from a lot of the spoilery stuff, I gotta know, did you see any of the bad promo, the weird videos?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did that do for you? Did it make you question the reservation? Did you think about canceling at any point?
No, not for a second. But I did have some moments where I thought, okay, that's not exactly what I expected. That, like the lightsaber training, for example, didn't blow me away. But all of it was also very. It was presented in a way that was obvious that it wasn't quite done, and they said as much. And the dude who was hosting it, I forgot his name.
Josh D'Amaro or Sean Jambrone, the kid from Goldberg's.
I think it was Josh D'Amaro.
D'Amaro, okay.
He's obviously not a crazy out of his mind super fan like we are. So everything about his interaction was different than.
Yep.
It just, I wasn't worried. I saw it for what it was, and since then, all the hate that's followed, I'm so incredibly annoyed by it, because I'm of the mind that we just be patient with these things, and we see them unfold. We see them when it's time, and everything is typically cool. It's all good. It's all good stuff. So
I love that's how I've been this whole time too. So cool. One of the few people on YouTube that's like, no, let's just kind of see this thing out. Like, yeah, it doesn't look good. You're right, it doesn't look good, but I have a feeling. So I kind of want to know, are you a big Galaxy's Edge fan? Have you been to Galaxy's Edge before? And
yeah, I've been there once. Ryan and I went together. I did like 3 days solid there right before the pandemic really hit and lockdown started. It was the last week of February 2020.
Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland. So when it was crazy, because when I got home, I was like, I probably have COVID.
So you weren't by chance there for the lightsaber meetup, were you? Because there was a big lightsaber meetup February 29th. It was like 400 or 500 people around the Falcon with lightsabers. It was nuts. It was definitely a COVID risk. It was about 2 weeks later, everything closed down. And me and my son were there. We're like, oh my goodness, were we okay? We're fine, but
yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I loved it. I was obsessed. And I remember booking the trip. I have a friend who I stayed with there. A friend and I went out. We were old friends from high school. And his fiance has some kind of relationship with somebody at Disney, so she gets a hookup with park access and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as we were talking about booking, I was like, I just want to go there for 3 days and just be there full on, all Star Wars, everything. So I'm just, what are the ticket options? And he's like, well, you should probably get a park hopper pass, because this and this, Galaxy's Edge isn't that big. And I was like, no, dude, I don't think you get it. I'm just gonna go there and just be there, for 3 days straight. I don't care how big it is. I'm gonna go exist there. And that's what we did. We did Smuggler's Run 8 times in one day. We did Rise of the Resistance 3 times. So I'm about it. Like, I want to live there. Just put it that.
Just hearing you say that has me that much more hyped on this whole trip now. Because I didn't this is the first time we've really talked. So no, this is you're exactly at the same level I am on a lot of this stuff. So this is going to be great. We're going to have a goddamn blast this next week. It's going to be good. Cool. So this is a fully immersive experience. And I know I've been working on costume stuff the last couple of weeks. Of course, it's all coming down to the next couple days for crunch time because that's just how it works, especially with ADHD brains. We're going to get it done the night before, and it's going to be amazing. That hyperfocus kicks in, and it's just going to go. So,
Right.
Are you planning to dress up the whole time? Do you have a bunch of outfits planned out? Let us know how that's going for you.
Yeah. So I'm wearing a piece of my main costume right now. It's a tunic that it's kind of adapted. I'm just kind of hodgepodging a bunch of stuff together because I don't want to go specifically as a Jedi or this or that. So I got this from sort of like a Japanese streetwear company. I got clickbaited on Instagram. It all worked out great. I've got a custom belt. I've got some. It's all kind of linen stuff. I'm doing this sort of Order 66 surviving Jedi who's in hiding, collector of antiquities type character, mysterious kind of character.
All right.
And I'm not bringing a single bit of normal Earth clothing aside from socks and underwear. Even like my toms that I got that are, they're just really simple, like hemp sole toms. I got these to look as like Jedi on the weekends at home as possible.
Yeah, like earthly, like handcrafted kind of looking thing. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
All weekend.
Cool. So then there are kind of like 4 paths to lean into: Resistance, First Order, Underworld, Scoundrel, and Jedi. Where do you see yourself going?
I'm torn on this because it's like part of my brain is thinking what's going to be the best story experience in terms of the stories that the trip has created for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other half of my brain is like, well, what would my character really be? Would I want to be a Jedi at this time in, the rise of the First Order, like the peak of the First Order, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is peak of First Order. Yeah. No, it is hard. It is hard, and it's something that's I've been kind of struggling with too. I'm gonna arrive. Can't really see it, but I've got a Resistance pilot outfit that I'm arriving in day 1. I'm coming in that. I might be wearing a First Order-ish thing right now, but that's just for show.
You don't know which path you're gonna take when you show up in a bright orange jumpsuit.
I'm gonna show up in a bright orange jumpsuit, full Resistance, right? But here's the thing with my channel. That's the reason that I'm going is because of my channel. If I didn't have the Dano channel and I didn't have people supporting me and showing up and watching these videos, I wouldn't be going on this trip. So it's our trip. It's not just my trip, it's our trip. So I polled all of my social medias the other day and kind of asked and said, hey, where do you guys think I should go with this? Like, what do you want to see? And it's been a split between Jedi and Underworld in like 9% to 8% Resistance. And I'm like, okay, no one wants to see Resistance or First Order. And everyone says, you make lightsaber videos. We want to see you do Jedi. I'm like, okay, interesting to see what you guys think I should do. So I think I'm going to lean Jedi and Underworld. But I personally want to do Resistance. But I'm like, I gotta give my people. Well, I'm gonna try to. So earlier, before we hit record, that's what I was saying. Is like I'm gonna go on all of these different paths. I'm gonna try to do as much of all of them as I can, and I'm gonna be scrambling and be like everywhere. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be too much. But
I mean, you could like right kind of at the midway point, just go like Westworld style. You come in white hat and you leave the Man in Black. You know what I'm saying? Minus the murder,
yeah,
rape.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, might get in trouble for that.
Yeah. So, Sarah and Steven, I got to ask you guys. I know you've been planning costumes and stuff. Are you ready? Do you have costumes for every day? Like, where are you at on the costume level?
No. Now I feel like I'm pretty close. I was sweating.
No.
Probably like last week because I was like, man, I don't have any. I felt like I didn't have anything.
Whoa. You took on this super ambitious like costume project of hacking this jacket to make it look really cool. It turned out really good.
Yeah.
But that one piece took over. Like it took a week to do that one piece.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, I think the thing was we tried to modify a jacket, and it would have almost been easier to create the jacket anew
from scratch.
So I think that's
Instead
what we
of
kind of
doing
like. Yeah.
And so
I think you
knowing,
have most of your stuff then.
and Sarah, how are you then? Are you still
Oh, I'm
piecing
not
stuff
ready.
together? And the kiddos? You're not ready? Yeah, I'm not ready either. But kiddos?
We have everything. We've purchased everything. There's just mostly like alterations at this point that we need to do. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on. So bought the wrong size, had to size up and then like alter it back down, or we thrifted some things, so we've got to take it in or like roll up the cuffs for the kids, something like that. But
Yeah.
it'll get there. We'll be okay.
All right, so then I got to ask both of you kind of a similar question. Of the 4 paths, First Order, Resistance, Underworld, and Jedi, where do you see yourself going?
You want to take that one?
Well, I don't know.
So we have a little bit of a different situation.
Yeah,
we have 2 kids,
Mm-hmm.
that are coming with us, and so kind of want to taking a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old is not going to participate. We're not going to give her a data pad to go click around.
Yeah.
She can't read. She can't do any of the stuff. She doesn't understand. But the 7-year-old is going to want to participate in the story, and I believe he wants to be a scoundrel.
Yeah, like underground.
Nice.
Underground.
Nice.
So he's going to go that path, and one of us is going to have to go with him because we can't just be like, all right, see you later. We're Jedi.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I was kind of need to see is, can we go on 2 different paths and still
Like meet
Be
back
together
up.
at the
meet
end.
back up?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Fun.
or do I have to go that certain route? And
I think you can all have different paths. I think that's... Now, do you have a device for the 7-year-old to do... Okay, so
We do.
they can
We got like
definitely...
a little crossbody bag and put a patch on
nice.
it. Like made it in universe for him, so he can carry his own stuff and maybe some extra stuff because his bag's kind of big. And be like, here, carry the phone charger.
Okay, so you got an Underworld Scoundrel for a kid, and each of you were leaning which way again?
So I'm dressing like I'm First Order, but I don't want to be a bad guy.
What?
But that's just the way I love black. I love the color black.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think my character is, what a big surprise, a travel agent. So I coordinate travel for the First Order, but in doing so, that means I know where the higher ranking officers are in the First Order at any given time and can then use that information as needed. So I think I may appear First Order, but go Resistance.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't know how
I
that'll
like
play
a
out.
little subterfuge. I like it. I like it.
Right?
And Steven,
And then
where are you?
what are you?
Yeah. So I was kind of Resistance, but kind of already, thinking Underworld.
Okay, Resistance
Accepting
leaning
that that's
Underworld.
my fate. Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's kind
Because
of where I would be
do the
too.
whole,
Like if it was just me and not letting my channel choose, but I'm definitely letting my channel choose. If they want Underworld and Jedi, I had not even thought of that until 2 days ago that I would lean that way. Until 2 days ago, I was like, no, I'm Resistance all the way. I'm going to go Resistance with a touch of Underworld Scoundrel, and we'll see where that goes. But now that I've kind of seen that there's a Jedi path here, it got me thinking. I was like, let me ask the audience what they want. And now I'm in my head. I'm like, okay, we're gonna work this Jedi business, and I want to see if there's any cool Force tricks or anything like that we can do. Because I mean, Disney's put out some recent videos that look like there's some cool stuff. Maybe on the Jedi path, at least for kids, there might be something cool for the Jedi path for kids. But I kind of want to explore what that is and see what that's all about. But also dabble a lot in the Underworld. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
From this conversation, it gets me thinking about doing First Order, because of all the conversations that we've kind of had, no one wants to do First Order, or no one's choosing First Order. So is that going to be like the ultimate secret path that hardly anyone does?
Okay, so we know this, and Adam, it's not too much spoilers. We know that there's 4 storylines that you can go down, and that's going to lead into 4 different stories down the line. Like, they're going to branch off. And so as you branch off, you're going to be seeing different things.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to have the coolest thing to see?
Yeah. That's where I was
feel like the First Order is going to have like cool stuff, and maybe I'll eat my words next week. But like,
I feel like they had to have game designed this in a balanced way, so that no matter which path you're on, you could potentially end up at a really cool event if you follow it to its. I think I don't know. I would imagine they would have designed it that way. Like each one has their own kind of cool moment you can end up at.
That said, though, that's really hard to do. You know,
it is. It is.
If you think about, this isn't a perfect analogy, but think about Smuggler's Run. Obviously, pilot is the best position to be in. The other two, it's button mashing in the back, and it's still sick. I mean, you're in the Millennium Falcon regardless, but there's clearly like a more fun seat to be in. So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm one of the weirdos that actually likes being an engineer. I'm okay with it. I don't mind firing the harpoon or just like sitting there and be like, yeah, it's fine. Bump into things.
Everything.
I got you. Yeah, exactly. You kind of get to enjoy it a little bit more. Gunner, I think, is kind of hard.
I don't mind it because you and I piloted together the last time, and you just like go left. I was like, I am going left. It was like truly like driving with your spouse. I was like, I'll sit in the back next time.
Yeah. So, okay. So, are there any specific things you're looking forward to before we head out in a few days? Because we are literally, not to stress you out anymore with the costumes not done, but we only have like 3 to 4 nights, I think, left. But yeah, I looked at the calendar today. I was like, oh, that's not good. I only have because I do most of my work at night. I wait till everyone else is asleep and I do all my work overnight. So yeah, we only have a couple nights left until most of us depart. I'm going to get there a day early. Going to hang out in Animal Kingdom for a bit the day before. And then, but yeah, there's only a few more nights until most of us depart and get out there. So is there anything that you guys are looking forward to specifically that you're like, this is the thing I really want to check out and see on the Starcruiser?
Go ahead.
Everything?
Yeah, I mean it's
out of everything. Yeah. Is there anything
I think that's one of those things. I think we had
Jedi
that conversation
training?
before, Dano. Was that I don't mind, getting teased, with spoilers, but after seeing even like the pretty tame, I didn't get any like complete spoilers for anything, but seeing the stuff, I started having that little feeling of like, oh my gosh, like I want it now. Like I was so excited. I was like, I cannot wait to go now. And I almost didn't want to see it. I was like, no, I don't want it. Like I don't want it, but I want it, type of thing.
I don't want any of it. I just want to go in. Although, I've heard a lot of things. Like basically, you can't do it all. You can't eat it all. All the food's different at every meal.
Oh,
so if
no.
you didn't get it for lunch one day, you're not getting it.
But it's all you can eat. So.
It's all you can eat. Blue milk ice cream.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh.
I'm going to be blue by the end of it. I'm gonna buy the Leku, and I will match it because I will have consumed that much blue milk. That's what I'm looking forward to. The blue milk. The blue milk ice cream. And blue milk yogurt.
And blue milk butter.
Yes, all dairy products.
Yeah,
blue.
interesting.
Oh my God, you better take some
I've
medicine.
got Tums already packed.
Dude, I was super into weird colored condiments and stuff. Like, what was it, like 10, 15 years ago when
like the weird
Heinz
ketchup.
did all those.
Purple ketchup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Burger King had it. I'd get a ton of it. I started like dipping everything in ketchup at that point, whether or not it tasted good, just because I was so into the green stuff, purple and all that crap. So, yeah, give me the blue butter. I'm down.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, anything specific you're looking forward to, Adam? Or are you just going to let it all happen?
I mean, I want to do a lot of exploring. Like, I want to see every inch of the ship, period. And aside from that, I'm just going to kind of be there and let it happen. The one thing I am like kind of stressed about though is wanting a ton of video and photos, but I don't want to be on my phone the whole time. I don't want to treat it like a normal vacation. So
that's going to be hard because a lot of the story is done on the data pad, is done on your phone. So that's something I don't think we've kind of like specifically mentioned to you. If you're not following it super close, you may not know that, but most of the story interactions and your choices happen on the phone. Yeah. So that's one of the main criticisms that I've heard so far, is that they wish it was a little bit more natural and not so much on a screen. But I also understand that that's how they're going to track everything. That's how everything, it is the right solution for that kind of thing. And I agree,
Dude,
it's
I've
going to be
actually-
hard. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I've actually thought about, like, knowing that to some degree, I've thought about, number one, I want my phone to look as in-universe as possible. I'm going to set up a scene or whatever the hell you call it, a focus on iPhone, so everything gets out of the way. I don't see any Earth apps, basically, you know what I mean?
Nice.
My background,
yeah.
everything is going to look as in-universe as possible. I got a new case that is, it's got the 45-degree corners on it, everything. I'm going to try to kind of prop it a little bit. And I even
That's a good
thought
idea.
this is way too much, and I obviously didn't have time to make it, but it would be sick to have a gauntlet on your arm with
Oh, I
a
know.
phone case built in, so you're just, like Predator style, or like,
Yeah,
Like
I
a
know.
mod.
yeah.
Like a mod.
Yeah.
Exactly
Mod
like
parlor.
a mod.
Get your phone
Yeah,
installed.
no, I've got some data pad cases that I've kind of put together using the kits from Galaxy's Edge. Just some generic, like $5 cases. So I'll probably be bringing at least one or two of those for the phone. But yeah, oh man, I'm so
I have
excited
one
for this whole
hack.
thing. Oh yeah,
I have one hack that I want to do when we are there, because you are going to have a magic band that you're going to be using to like scan everywhere, and then you're going to have your phone, and the magic band is just like an RFID chip. So if you want, you can program it so that you like put it up to your phone and it pulls up your datapad app. So I want to set that up like as soon as we get there.
Yeah, you got to teach me how to
So that
do
way-
that.
I will.
Didn't
I
know
learned
that
from
was a
TikTok.
thing. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Awesome. So, guys, I think this is a good spot to wrap it up. This is a fun conversation. I'm stoked, man, especially now after having a conversation with you, Adam, for the first time. Dude, we're going to have a lot of fun next week. We're all going to have a good time next week. I'm really excited for this. This is going to be good stuff.
Let's make a pact that we don't sleep any more than like 4 hours a night. Let's just max out our time.
Yeah,
Even if it's
I think-
lightsaber dueling in the hallways. Like,
I'm going to be out and about the whole time. I actually was thinking about it today. I don't think I'm sleeping the first night at all. I really don't. I think I'm going to be out and about, just wandering around all night filming stuff. I'm bringing my couple of my droids with me. We're going to film some little skits that I can use later, the footage for other things. But yeah, I don't think
That's going to be the time.
I just thought of something. I'm borrowing a GoPro, and I'm gonna do like probably the chest mount or something, and just get it mounted in a way where it can just be there, and just rolling, so I don't have to worry about shooting with the phone and being, a millennial out there the whole time. So
the whole time doing this. Yeah. That could work, and then you can
Have-
still have
have
footage
two
of
memory
everything.
cards. Yeah.
You're going to burn through them quick. I had a friend who did a 2-day thing. I think they had like 11 hours of footage, and they tried to, they record stuff a lot, and they're like, how do we whittle this down? Like, I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. So before we head out, one more time, let us know where people can find you, Sara and Steven. I want to start with you guys. Where can people find your current projects you're working on? And go ahead.
So I am SaraJayMac on Instagram and TikTok. I am a travel agent that books Starcruiser, Disney, any kind of travel. So you can find me over there for any travel related stuff. And then we have a podcast together.
Princess and Scoundrel on YouTube and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
You can find us on Instagram and TikTok, Princess and Scoundrel Show.
Cool. And Adam, one more time, people can find you at...
All my personal stuff is at Adam the Skull on, Twitter and Instagram. No TikTok for me. My band is at Story of the Year. The podcast is at Thank the Maker Pod on Instagram and TikTok. At Thank the Maker on Twitter, and you can find us wherever you get podcasts. No video portion or no video version yet on YouTube, but that's coming. So just look in the podcatcher of your choice for Thank the Maker, a Star Wars podcast.
Awesome. And be sure to check down below. I'm going to put the links for all of their shows in the description below. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Thank you, audience at home, for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. And until next time, don't be a moof milker. Be the spark. Goodbye.